Hey everybody, it's Jason with Parallel Reality coming back with you today with an article from February 8th from MRC Newsbusters, America's media watchdog, and it says, "No shame. YouTube boss rubs election censorship in Americans' faces." So, guess what's going to happen in 2024 if you're on YouTube and putting out content like this? I know I have a super small channel, but I kind of feel like I'm already being censored in some way. Like, just some of the results I've seen on there, it's like, so especially for some of the shorts, it's like one of them could have like 3,000 views, which is pretty normal for me on a short, and other ones it's like one. So stuff like that. And so my other videos too, it's like it just doesn't make any sense. So it's like let's just ride the wave and just see what happens. Anyway, enough about me bitching about myself. All right, it says YouTube CEO Neil Mohan is openly brazen about his platform's intentions to interfere in the 2024 presidential election. Yeah, can't wait to see what he has to say. Says in a letter published February 6th titled Four Big Bets for 2024, Mohan assured the world that Google owned YouTube would be manipulating and controlling what people see. YouTube ensures alleged authoritative sources are prominent in users' searches and recommendations when they search election news. Not only that, Mohan wrote that YouTube has rigorously enforced policies to suppress free exchange of ideas that offend the leftist YouTube overlords, like the nebulous concept of hate speech. Yeah, that no one seems to be able to define on the left, but it must be a thing still. So the irony was that Mohan had the audacity to praise YouTube's efforts against election interference, despite being one of a slew of big tech platforms that repeatedly censored Joe Biden's political opponents in the lead up to the 2024 election, as MRC Free Speech America research has shown. Are we talking about the 2024 already, or is okay? I mean, I thought maybe that would be referring to the past election, but anyway, okay. Maybe I'm just stupid, which the answer to that is, of course, yes. This is more than 50 countries will hold elections this year, Mohan wrote. YouTube is committed to restricting a free information flow. Instead of allowing citizens to analyze information themselves, Mohan boasted how YouTube would be actively promoting news sources it considers authoritative. Specifically, wrote Mohan, we are ensuring that when people look for election news on YouTube, authoritative sources are prominent in their searches and recommendations. We spent years investing in a playbook to responsibly manage content on YouTube, including alleged hate speech. Now, when he says authoritative sources, what he is telling you is just sources that say the things that they want them to say. So, like if you go to your YouTube front page and you're a news person, you're going to see stuff from like NBC, which is horrible, CBS, ABC, which aren't great, MSNBC, which is like the worst, CNN. And it's like, well, what do all those have in common? They're essentially regime media, they're state media for the most part. Okay, I'm not saying Fox needs to be on there or Newsmax or something like that or OAN, but they'd never put those on there because that goes against their realm of thinking. Like, how dare people have different thoughts than us and they call it hate speech, which it totally isn't because hate speech isn't the thing. This is the same platform that had to update its COVID-19 censorship policy quietly after some of its axiomatic positions on masking, vaccination, and social distancing turned out to be erroneous, because basically everyone's did that was on that side. His Mohan wasn't finished. Says we quickly evolve and adapt when new challenges emerge, and we'll do so again as generative AI makes more sophisticated deepfakes possible and raises new questions, he pledged. This is ultimately, Mohan's letter certainly raises a few questions of its own. He boasts about election manipulation and censorship, or his boasts about election manipulation and censorship are particularly concerning, given a Media Research Center poll that found in November 2020 that 17% of then presidential candidate Joe Biden's voters in 7 swing states would not have voted for him had they known the scandals purposely censored by big tech and the legacy media. It says YouTube is apparently looking for a repeat of 2020 and 2024. Of course they are. And you're probably going to see a lot of people that are maybe just regular people talking about stuff that would be considered right wing that are going to end up being censored for stuff that isn't actually incorrect or anything like that, just because they are perceived to be on the right. And yeah, I remember seeing this poll as well. And I think it was not necessarily about his scandals. I think it was more for, and I could be wrong about this, about the Hunter Biden's laptop thing, if they knew about that. Or maybe I'm thinking about a different poll. But yeah, I mean, you get the point that there are a lot of people out there that if they knew that Joe Biden was crooked, which, I mean, I think the proof is basically there that he is, that they wouldn't have voted for him, that would have swung the 2020 election. Yeah, and that's the result. And what we're feeling right now in the economy and everything, as am I, is a result of all this. So good job, media and everybody. So let me know what you think about this in the comments below. You think YouTube's going to ramp it up pretty hard? Or do you think we're in for a fun year or so? Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.